Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. I'm Jason. With me is Tim
Hi, I'm Bill.
and Hannah.
Hey.
Oh, I was hoping you sound Bill too. We're all Bill here tonight. We're covering Caravan Palace. This was a Patreon pick. Woohoo! Shout out our Patreon members. Thank you
Oh,
for
me.
supporting our our liver doesn't like all the support though. We'll just say that. But we support you in our
It
hearts.
loves it.
Um, and we're talking Gangbusters Melody. We are on the last record. So,
Came out this year.
this year, which means
Yeah.
Tim and I can put it in our 2024.
We could. We
We
could
could.
slip.
I might have to
Yep.
do that actually. I might put it over Green Day. Oh,
Oh, oh.
I would actually put this over a lot of stuff that came out in 2024, to be honest.
I mean, that Sleater Kinney was pretty rough too, but
Yeah.
my girls let me down. All right, so Gangbusters.
Been a lot of good stuff this year too, though.
There has that fucking Deep Purple was a surprise shocker.
That was a real good one.
So I really like the opening of this one. Mad. It had a mysterious feel to it, and some chanting, some weird ass horns. Mirrors, we're back to that Euro dance pop feeling. Not my vibe. It's just me. 81 Special was fine, had some energy. Raccoons. I saw the song title, and my first thought was, please don't let me down with a song called Raccoons. It did not. The chorus was super fast and fun, so top song contender. It ain't no Rocky Raccoon, but there ain't much out there that's better than Rocky Raccoon. Avalanches was giving me that Poe Hello vibes again. Low sharp bass, whispering vocals, neat little drum beat, top song contender. Reverse was meh, 90s Euro pop for most of it. I only liked the little horn sections in the beginning and between the transitions, but it didn't. I think it only happened twice. But whatever. Fool Gasol. This was the first special guest that they've had that I really enjoyed. I just didn't know who it was, but it was good. Spirits, really cool vocals on the choruses. I don't like you, don't you? So glad I don't like it. I do, but I don't care. I don't like it. You'll do. No, I really don't like it. Fuck you. That was fun. Blonde Dynamite had a really cool transition about halfway in. Portobello, really liked it. It reminded me of the earlier albums. It was simple, it was short, but it had great lyrics. City Cook, when it started, I was not a fan, and I was about to write it off. But this one gets better and better the longer it goes, and by the end of it, it was a top song contender. And it had some claps in it, Bill. Just saying. Villa Rose, the closing track was good. It just kept building and adding as it went along. It had a real nice ebb and flow throughout the whole thing. I think this was the second best closer after Sydney. So, that's my notes on Gangbusters Melody Club. Which, again, that artwork. Can't wait.
Yep. All right, Tim, you better go next.
Sure. Yeah, at this point in the discography, like they took that turn at Robot Face and they're clearly headed down that same path. This is another super poppy album. But they do kind of start calling it back to the first couple albums. There's some interesting stuff going on in the loops again. And yeah, there's some really interesting transitions going on. All within this framework of it's Euro club music. And so this was really the album where I was like, is this, is like house or um I don't know, whatever you want to call this, electro swing, um, synth pop, whatever you want to call it. Is that the Muzak of the 21st century? like lo-fi study music or whatever. Like it's all kind of got the same drum beat, and it all kind of does the same thing, and it's all kind of not very engaging. But having said that, like if this is the 21st century music, they're doing it pretty well, you know. I was starting to really pick up a lot of like Sergio Mendes influence in this, and like that really early '60s, you know, uh, pop. And it's it was an interesting album. It If I had heard this when it came out earlier in the year, I'm not sure where it would rank at this point. So that is something I've been thinking about. I'll probably revisit this one. Um, I think my favorite songs were, yeah, Spirits and maybe Avalanches. There's this one just kind of was there for me. But it did have a little more energy like the first couple albums. So I did enjoy it.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah. Fuck, it's my turn to guess too.
Oh no, I gotta go next too. Yeah, you're gonna have a
I
hard time.
know. Yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time with Tim though.
All right. Well, um, I liked this album. Um, so I had listened to the first three albums for years, right? Because I listened to kind of all of them around the same time. Like I loved when Robot Face came out. I loved it. Listened to all of them. Chronologic, I had listened to it once when it came out. Wasn't really a fan. Never really listened to it again. Um, and so I kind of revisited it with this to kind of like in depth listening, but I'd never really listened to it in the years since it was released. And so I was kind of skeptical about this one. I did not listen to this one when it was released because I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be chronologic, and I didn't. So I had not actually listened to this one until I had said to do this and to listen to it. And I was very pleasantly surprised. They do seem to go back toward what they had done in the beginning. There's a lot of swing and like jazzy elements to this. And it feels like maybe they learned their lesson, need to go back to what actually worked. And I liked that. Going with the, overall, there's like a tone and a story for each album. This album, I don't know necessarily what the story is, but the tone seems to be about a rejection of like society and shitty jobs and like people trying to control your life. It's like a rejection of what the societal norm is, and basically find someone who compliments you and just be weird together is kind of like was the whole feel of this album to me, which I guess is a good thing. I liked the opener, Mad. It's back on that good kind of swing style. It just like if you listen to the lyrics, she's definitely talking about hating the boss, hating the 9 to 5 grind. Just let me go have a party after work. Don't make me work overtime. Don't make me work on the weekends. Just kind of like a fuck you to that boss making you stay late.
Which the French will tell him to get fucked.
Yeah. That's literally it was great. Mirrors. Yeah. Mirrors kind of references that double life thing again. I felt like there's some inner conflict on that song. 81 Special, which some fun gangster lyrics again. It was high energy, but like more reserved than the earlier stuff still. Raccoons was fun. I loved Raccoons. There was a lot of splice samples in it. It had a good beat to me. It was very much a lot like their earlier stuff. It was kind of chaotic, but in a good way. Like Raccoons are chaotic, and there's some references about like ain't nobody take from me or something like that, like didn't steal from me. And raccoons are kind of like into little burglars, so I kind of like that. They also had a remix of this song as a single that was really good too. Avalanches, I like this. It was kind of an earworm. It was pretty simple, and then it kind of got stuck in my head, and I was just singing it to myself even after I finished listening to the album. I really like Reverse. It was really good. It had that high energy that I missed. I like that from the earlier albums, that really high, let's go. Um, it kind of felt like they're trying to say that music is a drug, and I need that fix kind of feel, and I liked that. That late night nightclub vibe. Let's go party party, just like the first couple albums,
That
and we
90s
kind of missed
Euro
that.
dance pop.
Yeah, but I did like the instrumentation in this. There was some in there, and I really liked it. And there was a bit with like a slow melody, which I think might have been a clarinet. It's kind of distorted. It's hard to tell, but I liked that. I like that a lot. This was definitely one of my top songs. I felt like they were kind of trying in this song. They were trying to hit a little bit of each of your past albums, trying to take like a little bit from each one and like put it in one song. And I like that. Fool was really good. I think the melody was really catchy. There's kind of a back and forth pull to it. Like one part kind of moves you forward and the other kind of moves you back. So it's kind of like this like wave throughout the whole song, and it does like a little stop and like pulls you into the next part.
It got
And I like
soul, man. It got soul.
Yeah, I like when songs do that. They kind of like there's like a tension that like moves you forward through the song. It almost feels kind of like a waltz because you know like the da 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 da, the highs and the lows, and I like that. Spirits is so much fun. Obviously, it's about getting drunk and like saying "fuck you" to the people who say, "Oh, getting drunk is dumb." Yeah, like no, we like getting drunk on this show. So,
I don't like it.
just
Fuck
like,
you.
yeah, but I like it. Fuck you, exactly. I love this song. And then the whole like chorus, like the second chorus, where they're like distilled for real men, sell it to your friends, and then it's like the quartet of the men are like like all layered over each other. I love that. It sounded like an ad, you know, like put in there.
A jingle.
And I thought that, yeah,
I
like
would
they're
agree
trying
with
to
that.
sell the alcohol. I loved it so much. It just reminded me of like an old ad. Blonde Dynamite. Back to that good instrumental stuff again, reminding me of the black and white cartoons. Um, I don't know. I just really liked it. I like the lyrics about, and then they're gonna think I'm weird, or I can't remember exactly how the lyrics went. They're gonna find me weird. I like that because as kind of a weird person myself, I felt that. Um, Portobello felt really lighthearted. I liked the brass solo in it. Pretty good. City Cook. It was another one of those like, fuck you, boss, for treating me badly. Like I hate my job kind of songs. In the very beginning, there's a sample from I can't remember what TV show it is, but you know, in the beginning, he's like, "You just serve this to my customer, no chef or whatever," and it just
Yeah.
the band is from Paris, and Paris is kind of known for being like food and you know like the restaurants and stuff.
They got good food.
Yeah, so I get that. Like it kind of makes sense that they would be like they all of the band members at one point have probably worked in food service and hated it because food
Who
service is
hasn't?
like yeah, working in food service is like simultaneously like the worst and best job.
I
You
win the
you hate
lottery.
the
I'm going straight to Waffle House third shift. I'm working that again.
yeah like you hate the customers and you
Send me the
hate
hash
like
browns.
the corporate shit in your boss, but you love your coworkers and you love like the work,
Yeah,
you
oh
know,
yeah,
like
the work environment is taking out the trash at Waffle House. Good times.
yeah, you know, we all know. But and I currently work in food service, so this song really spoke to me. Oh, Villa Rose, I like this one as an ending. It has kind of a drowsy feeling. It's kind of like a lot of their ending songs kind of have like a drowsy, like drifting off to sleep, like the end of the day kind of like feel to them. A lot of them do. And this one really kind of did that. And I think they have like a theme going with the high energy. And then their final song's always just kind of being like this slower, like drifting off. It's the end, closing down. the nightclub's been open all night and now the sun's up and we're closing down and everything's, if they all have that same kind of feel. And I liked this one. And that's, yeah. I really, honestly, this album was great and I loved it. And I wish I had listened to it sooner. I was just kind of afraid to because the first three were like so precious to me and chronologic just wasn't the same. So I was kind of afraid to listen to this one all summer. And so I'm glad that I finally did.
That's a pretty large gap too.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Well, and I
8 to
think
12
COVID
to 15.
too.
Yeah, but like COVID was after. Well, sorry, I'm not talking Gangbusters. Like between Robot Face and Chronologic, there's like a 4-year
Yeah.
gap.
And I
So,
think, they're the band members, like their lives are very private. So we don't know like a whole lot about them, but I think a lot of them started families and kind of started doing their own thing. And they have said that they don't work in a studio together. Like other bands all get in a studio and work together. They each do their individual thing and then they send each other snippets and then add on to it and they just send it back and forth and they all have their own studios. And I think if you have like a busy life and you're doing, you're starting a family and you're doing things, there's going to be gaps between albums because you're not going to have as much time to work on things and send it to somebody or like listen to their stuff and work on it too.
yeah. Oh, well, I mean, Blink-182 has a really shitty album because of that same reason.
Yeah. It's, life happens. And they're very private about their lives. I've tried to look online to see like what
Quit
the
trying to
details
pry.
are, but
We know you can find shit on. If you
I
can't
think,
find it, they got it locked down. Because
yeah, and
Hannah
it
can
also,
find some shit on the internet.
I know, but it like also they're in France, so that makes it harder for me to find shit. They
All
were
right,
here in the US, I'd find some stuff.
it's my turn to guess. I'm gonna say Tim has it number 3.
You are correct, sir.
Ooh.
Okay, I think Hannah really liked it. I know it's definitely better than that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you like it better than Robot Face, though.
No, it's fourth, and honestly, it's a four-way tie for first.
That's so weird. Maybe I don't know. If you're a fan of this band, let us know down below whose rankings are weirder, Hannah's or mine, because I'm gonna say I like Chronologic better.
Oh.
I did enjoy this one a lot compared to Robot Face. I just did not like it. Was not my vibe. But this one was good.
It's funny because I think Robot Face is their most popular album.
All them damn Gotcha Club people.
That is how
right?
this show tends to work.
Yeah,
Um,
and it kind of makes me laugh.
some really cool effects. Da, ba, da, ba, da. I didn't take any final notes for that. Well, yeah, I did. Hold on. There was a lot of stuff I liked from the first albums on here, but there were still a few that were too poppy and Euro electronic for my taste. It's a toss-up where to rank them, but I think I'm keeping it behind Chronologic, so my notes doesn't really give much there, but whatever. Yeah, color code.
Now we just got to color code it. Yeah.
The color code. This is where to rank, where to color. Tim, what you thinking?
I'm thinking 4 and 5 are yellow.
Mm.
Okay.
And then Uno Dos Tres is green.
Oh my god, I did it again. I did that so many times on the cramps. All right. I mean, I'm almost the same. I'm gonna say Robot Face is Caution. I just did not like that one. It was so
It was a weird one.
electronic poppy. Like it floored me how
Yeah,
different it was from Panic.
we want different things from music, so it makes sense.
But I do think these are all green. They're an interesting band. There is a time and a place for this type of. This isn't the type of normal music I would like. Because I mean, if I'm gonna clean, I'm gonna throw on like a Rancid record or Sloppy Seconds or like something like yeah. Because I'm usually pissed off when I'm cleaning, but this is also like really good chill music, background music, especially the first two records. When I don't say chill as in like they're peaceful and calming, but more like they're good music in the background, like a lot of
They're
interesting
not
stuff.
negative; they're positive music.
Yeah. It will enhance your day if they're playing in the background. So, and I liked Chronologic, and I think those four are my favorite.
Right. For me, I put Chronologic as yellow. It's the only one. I just it's too mainstream. It doesn't work for me. Um, the other four are all greens, of course. And honestly, I'd probably give them gold even because I love them so much. But
I mean, if you want to give them gold, you can give them. Oh! What are you
oh
doing?
no!
Stop!
Oh no! And do it. Yeah, give those four gold because I just they're fantastic. I like to listen to them if I'm cleaning or doing chores or whatever because they just get me moving because I don't want to do the chores, so I need something to kind of like move me.
So
And
you
they
need
have
some
that
like
beat.
fucking come back, Tracy. Tracy, come back. That'll get you
Back
fucking
to me.
cleaning.
They have a really fast, like the faster songs are really fast. They got that beat like you gotta move. They kind of propel you forward, so they're good for that. And I like to listen to them when I'm driving. I like to listen to them when I'm trying to sleep. I like to listen to them when I'm doing like crafting things. I listen to them all the time. So, and my whole family listens to them. I got my husband on them. He loves them too. So it's
I
kind of
mean, I was shocked my kids even knew who the hell they were. They didn't know the name, but like they knew the songs. They were like, "Oh,
right.
this is from Gotcha Club."
No, and I love them so much. I can't. Oh, I'm hard. And like listening to them again through this, I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna listen to nothing but Electro Swing for like the next 4 months just because of this.
Well, not me. I'll be listening to the Replacements. I think the next week. It's Paul Westerberg. Well, it could have been worse. Like at least it's not Cake. I'd take Caravan Palace over Cake. So thank you for this Patreon pick and supporting us. And up next week it'll be Trey's pick, another Patreon pick. He did the Replacements, and then we got some Talking Heads coming. I think in December, or maybe January. I don't know. We're
That's going to be a
literally
fun one.
recording this in September, and this won't air until the first week in November. So for drunks, we're very proficient.
Yep.
If you'd like to give us an artist and come on the show, Patreon links down below. And stick around. Top Songs is next. I'm worried that some of my shit's going to get stolen. So it might get nasty in Top Songs. Our rules for Top Songs is no repeats allowed. If somebody steals your pick, you got to pick something else. So unless it's your number one, then you can veto it and they got to pick something else. And after that, you know what time it is. If you're a subscriber, you know what time it is. The beret's coming out. Be safe and make good decisions.
And then you go a little woo, and then a little whoop, 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 and then it's all, and then you're ready to go again.